What's going on, world? This is the TYSK report. I got some nice articles lined up on the docket, so let's go ahead and jump in. Feds clear the way for robotaxis without steering wheels and pedals. All right, interesting. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, on Friday proposed a new national framework that could make it easier for companies to deploy at scale autonomous vehicles without traditional manual driving controls like steering wheels, pedals, and side view mirrors. The guidelines also require AV companies to share a whole lot more safety data with the agency. The AV industry has been anticipating NHTSA's proposal since last year, when the agency first proposed the ADS-equipped Vehicle Safety Transparency and Evaluation Program, known as AV-STEP. Today, autonomous vehicles that have all their manual parts are allowed to operate on public roads without oversight from NHTSA, but any AVs that can't be taken over by a human driver have to get an exemption from the agency, unless, of course, they're Zoox. The Amazon-owned company has maintained that it doesn't need an exemption from NHTSA because it has self-certified the safety of its vehicles, a claim that the agency is still actively investigating. The AV-STEP program has two tiers, one for vehicles built with human controls with fallback designs that can be managed by humans, and another for vehicles built without such controls. As more of the latter begin to flood public streets, NHTSA hopes the program and data reporting would make the agency better equipped to address emerging risks associated with their deployment. To qualify for the program, companies will need to submit data related to the safety of the design, development, and operations of their AVs. Once admitted, participants will be required to submit both periodic and event-triggered reports, all of which the agency would be at liberty to publish in the name of transparency. It's too soon to tell whether crash reporting for AVs will be eliminated under Trump's regime, but NHTSA says it wants to collect such data so it can keep up with the fast-moving industry in anticipation of one day establishing minimum standards for AV performance. All right, so it looks like things are kind of picking up when it comes to the robotaxi space. So with this, I have no problem with it from my perspective. I think giving that data out to the NHTSA would be important for people to know for transparency, because if this thing is going to scale, having that safety information for people to actually see, they want to feel comfortable in these vehicles if they're going to utilize them. It's going to be very important for people to know whether these robotaxis were in crashes or what happened and how did the company fix any type of incident that happened. But also on the other side of this, when it comes to Zoox, they are backed by Amazon. And then when it comes to Elon and his Tesla robotaxis, I do wonder if they are going to want to give up that type of data and control to the NHTSA. And under Trump, with him coming in, he could possibly eliminate all of this, which would give Elon an open space to do a lot more testing with his robotaxis out in different areas. But with this information, it also shows that this space is going to continue to be around, and next year we could definitely see a lot more robotaxis out there on the road. So I'm honestly excited to see what's going to happen next in the year 2025. If they do come here to my city, I'll be sure to give you a first-person video of it, because even I am very interested to see how these robotaxis fare on the roads around actual human drivers. Let's move on to the next article. Arizona's getting an online charter school taught entirely by AI. The newest online-only school greenlighted by the Arizona State Board for Charter Schools comes with a twist. The academic curriculum will be taught entirely by AI. Charter schools typically get greater autonomy compared to traditional public schools when it comes to how subjects are taught. But Unbound Academy's application, which proposes an AI-driven adaptive learning technology that condenses academic instruction into a 2-hour window, is a first for the model. Unbound's founders have been running a similar program at a high-end private school in Texas, which appears to be in person. Unbound's approach leans on edtech platforms like IXL and Khan Academy, and students engage with interactive AI-powered platforms that continuously adjust to their individual learning pace and style. There will be humans, just fewer of them, and maybe not actual accredited teachers. It will adopt a human-in-the-loop approach with skilled guides, monitoring progress, who can provide targeted interventions and coaching for each student. And just to give you a little bit more insight on that in-person school experience when it comes to 2-hour learning, let's check out this video right here.
Traditional school is broken. It's outdated, full of busy work, and sadly for our kids, often a waste of time. But what if I told you there's a school where students focused on academics for only 2 hours a day, but still easily outperform their peers in traditional school? And what if I told you the school has no teachers and students learn academics through an AI tutor on AI apps that give each student a one-to-one personalized mastery-based academic journey that guarantees success? We are going to use data from Alpha School, the flagship campus that first implemented 2-hour learning. At Alpha, we commit to parents that their child will learn twice as much in 2 hours per day as they would in 6 hours of traditional school. We give students their most valuable resource back, time. They spend only 2 hours in school doing academics, and the rest of the school day is spent developing life skills like leadership, teamwork, public speaking, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and socialization by doing engaging, active workshops.
So yeah, not only is technology looking to change things related to transportation, technology is continuing to enhance and change the way that students are going to be learning in the future. Now, with the in-person experience, I really like that because it gives students an opportunity to not only learn, but engage in different types of skill building and knowledge building that's going to be very necessary for their future. Now, with the online experience, I'm not really sure how this is going to play out. Even though the first concept started at a private school and it's doing very well, I wonder how it's going to affect whatever students are going to be in this online only program and being taught by the AI curriculum. And if they do well and they're finding that their ability to learn is a lot better than they would in a traditional setting, we could possibly see more states and their charter school boards adopting this model and possibly more public schools adopting this model as well. So as lots of students have access to their phones, possibly implementing this type of technology would be necessary for the future of learning, because if the future around them is changing, the way that they're learning should be changing along with it. So I'll definitely be following along the story to see what happens next with it. And if any other information arises, I'll make sure to keep you updated with any future news stories. Speaking of AI, let's dive into some news related to AI and traffic. AI-powered traffic management adopted by Maryland. Less than 2 months after deploying its platform at 5 intersections in Baltimore, AI-based traffic management startup No Traffic has secured a contract to install at gridlock-prone crossings across the state of Maryland. The platform went live in Baltimore on October 17th after unexpected disruptions and rerouting to reduce the resulting tie-ups. The Tel Aviv-based company has now secured a statewide contract from the Maryland Department of Transportation with the help of Blackstar Diversified Enterprises, a traffic control and safety systems integrator. A control unit installed in the traffic light uses an AI optimization engine called the Mobility Operating System to analyze data from all approaches and optimize light timing to adjust traffic conditions in real time, reducing gridlock and improving safety, according to the company. The platform is operating in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Florida, and Georgia, as well as parts of Canada. All right, so it looks like AI is continuing to take over different industries. Now, personally, I thought that technology or this type of technology was already implemented when it comes to traffic systems, but with this implementation, it looks like maybe AI could provide a lot more data or efficiency than the traditional methods that they had before. So as much as we hear a lot about AI models and then AI video generating tools and all of those things, it's always good to give you a different article, something that could be a little bit more refreshing related to AI and its ability to help solve other problems outside of the things that we hear a lot within mainstream news. Let's move on to the next article. Apptronic partners with Google DeepMind to advance humanoid robots with AI. Apptronic has announced that it has partnered with the Google DeepMind robotics team. The company said that the strategic partnership will combine artificial intelligence with robotics hardware, enabling humanoids to be more helpful to people in dynamic environments. Apptronic has developed the Apollo humanoid to perform physically demanding tasks and operate safely in industrial spaces alongside humans. The robot is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 160 pounds. Apollo is designed to balance complexity and functionality for initial application in manufacturing and logistics, said the company. In March, Mercedes-Benz said it is testing Apollo in automotive manufacturing. In April, Apptronic announced that it is integrating its systems with NVIDIA's Project Group Foundation model for robot learning and agility. Apptronic stated its goal is to eventually serve in healthcare and in the home. So that's just some more news related to humanoid robots. And as I stated before, we have lots of companies working on different humanoid robots for different purposes. And it looks like they definitely want to start off with more commercial use. But with this company, Apptronic, they also want to put them in the homes, which is very similar to what Elon wants to do with his Tesla Optimus bots. So within the next few years, it's going to be very interesting to see what company is going to be at the forefront of having more humanoid robots doing different things out in the world than other companies. Let's move on to the next article. Robotic deliveries start in Dallas, orders by Uber Eats. AV Ride's tie-up with Uber Eats is gathering momentum with self-driving technology company's delivery robots now operating in Dallas. The expansion comes after weeks of talks between the companies, city officials, and neighborhood associations to ensure a smooth launch without glitches. As is the case in Austin, the user experience is straightforward. Customers who order a delivery from one of the participating restaurants can see the message "Autonomous vehicles may deliver your order" on the outlet storefront on the Uber Eats app. If the customer is uncomfortable with the idea of a bot delivering their food, they could decline the option and choose a traditional delivery. If they opt for the bot, they can then track its progress on the app to ensure they are ready for its arrival. One bonus of the system is that there is no requirement to tip. As with other Uber Eats deliveries, the experience can be rated in the app. The investment in the technology is paying off, with the company already earmarking its next potential operational area in Jersey City following the Dallas launch. Alright, so not having to tip is probably going to be a big thing that's going to reel customers in to want to have their order delivered by a delivery robot. And as I stated before, even when it comes to these delivery robots, when it comes to drones, when it comes to robotaxis, if there is a way for these companies to give the opportunity for people to pay less than a traditional method, they're probably going to go with this method. And as they do that more, it's going to get people a lot more familiar with utilizing a drone, a delivery robot. With this Dallas launch, I assume things are going to go as well as it did in Austin, in which they're going to continue to expand to Jersey City and then probably to other locations here in the US. In the next article, we have Alimac Group Skyline Robotics creates autonomous building maintenance unit. Alimac Group and Skyline Robotics are creating an automated building maintenance unit, BMU. Skyline Robotics' flagship product, Osmo, is a high-rise window cleaning robot. Founded in 2017, the company said Osmo keeps people out of harm's way, improves the consistency and quality of window cleaning, and even creates new jobs. The company's goal is to automate all types of work at heights, starting with window cleaning. In August 2024, Skyline Robotics and Palladium Window Solutions deployed Osmo at a 45-story New York building owned and managed by the Durst organization. Skyline's system includes artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer vision, and a KUKA robot arm. So that was some more news related to robotics, but let's dive back into some news related to robotaxis and talk about Tesla. Tesla is courting Texas cities to test its promised robotaxi service. Tesla is evaluating multiple Texas cities where it wants to test a long-promised robotaxi service, including Austin, according to emails obtained by Bloomberg News. An employee has apparently been in touch with Austin officials since May and recently held an event in December to train first responders on how to best work with Tesla's autonomous vehicle technology, which is still in development. The employee told the city that Austin is obviously on our roadmap but has not yet been decided where we will deploy first, as we have many options available. Alright, so with that earlier article related to the news of how robotaxis without steering wheels and pedals, it looks like Tesla also got that memo and they're already looking for cities to test the robotaxis. And because this is a new product coming from Elon, I'm sure lots of people are going to be looking to find out if they're going to have these robotaxis tested in their city, in which they're going to be lined up to get that robotaxi ride. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to the world of technology. Lots of exciting things are happening as we are closing out the year of 2024. And with this news, it looks like 2025 is going to be an exciting time for technology. So with that being said, I'm going to make sure to keep you updated, and to continue to stay informed, it's going to be important for you to subscribe, and you should also like the video and then check out these two videos right here, which is going to give you more insight on what's happening in the world of technology to get you prepared for the future to come.